Hello there, you're welcome to the CIA Corner here on TAF TV. Like you all know, this is where we bring to you the commentaries, in-depth analysis on our newspaper headlines. All right, my name is Okeme Samuel. Okay, you agree with me for the past 63 years and still counting, Nigeria as a country, we have been through some level of technological advancement, or will I say advancement in science and technology. We're not where we used to be regardless of our ups and downs, the economic meltdown and starvations everywhere. But we have actually moved. We are not where we used to be, like I said earlier. And this takes us to the newspaper headlines where Will Stephen, a US envoy, emphatically said that Nigerian youth must engage in skill development. Okay, we'll go on a quick break and we'll bring to you details of this story while we're back. Thank you. All right, you're welcome back from that quick break. Okay, before we went on that break, we were talking about Nigeria as a country and our technological development. Like I said earlier, we're not where we used to be, though we're not there yet. Okay, maybe this was why one of the US envoy, Steve Wills, came to remind us and put it to our face that we must get to develop our tech skills. I can boldly tell you that Nigerians were educated. Every single Nigerian are educated. We have the willingness to go to school. We have the willingness to be educated, but our tech level is actually low. Now, I'm very sure this is why he came to remind us. And he said this emphatically, that Nigerians are blessed with energetic and educated persons. So if we get to build up our strength in terms of tech, in terms of technology, we would actually go a long way. He even made it clear that we will be at the forefront of leading the world. Wow, that's a great hope. Now, this brings back the point. Are we really ready for this? Are we really sure, as Nigerians, are we really sure that we can actually thrive, just like he has said? Now, I will tell you, this is like a fatherly advice to Nigerian youth and Nigeria as a whole. This is somebody that has actually seen the four walls of the earth, if I will put it that way. This is like an elderly advice that, see, if you miss it now, you'll miss it. You've completely missed out in the tech world. So Nigerians, we should wake up. We should wake up. Like I asked earlier, are we really ready? Regardless of the things that are going on now, not forgetting that most persons are already starving, but we must put it to ourselves. Are we ready for this? Now, let's take it on two angles now. We're going to look at the environmental factors first, because that one has to be considered. In as much as we're not trying to compete with other nations in terms of infrastructure, the lighting, the economy, but that does not leave Nigeria out of the competition. Sincerely speaking, that does not leave us out of the competition. So I know some persons will say our economy is bad compared to what we have in the US. Our lighting is bad. Yes, those things are true. Those things are true. Obviously, they are true. Our government, let's bring it back home now. Let's point it to our face. We'll always emphatically say that our government are not trying. I know at some point, like I said, we are trying. We're trying to get to some level. Let me quickly remind us of the just concluded election. That was Nigeria trying to move a step further in terms of technology. I know you still remember beavers and what happened actually, where most of us had to stood for like 7 to 8 hours just to run back manually because Nigerians were not able. We were not able to pursue that goal of using beavers where you can just sit at the comfort of your home and run the elections. Even the beavers where we actually stepped out to use, at the end of the day, was useless. So we went back to running it manually. That's the point now. Nigerians, are we really ready, regardless of the trying times that will come while we're trying to advance? Just like what happened in the just concluded election. Personally, I would have think, okay, the election would have been cancelled and we go back and redo. We just want to go digital rather than trying to go back. So it therefore means each time we try as a nation, we don't get it right, we go back to how it was. No. That is not how it should be. So our governments to thrive, It's like a pregnant woman carrying a child for 9 months. At the end of the day, she's ready to deliver that child, knowing fully well that at the tail end, something good will come out. So Nigerians and our government, we should be able to nurse technology and be ready to bet it regardless of the pain, regardless of the trying times. Now, that's for the aspect of government. We should be able to balance it regardless. I know it's going to be hard, having to compete, but that, just like I said, that does not take us out of the competition as a country. Now let's talk about the youth, our attitudes towards learning. I can bet you, Nigerian youth, our attitude towards learning, I would not say it's bad, I would not say it's good, but I bet you it's in between, because average Nigerian youth hits 2 million now. He's actually looking at having to buy a new car, those outstanding lifestyles that we see on social media. I can tell you for free, Nigerian youth, we are moved by what we see. We are moved by what we see, especially now that our social media is actually giving it to us to our face. Though we are willing and able to work, but let our attitude to learning actually come alive. Steve Wills made it very clear that, see, if tech skills are paying, and we know it, we're not ignorant of the fact that currently tech skills are paying. You can actually sit at the comfort of your home, remote jobs are there, and you're being paid in dollars. Especially now that our naira is actually going down to kobo. So our naira is actually going down to kobo. It's actually losing value every day. You can actually sit as a Nigerian at the comfort of your home via tech skills, and you get paid in dollars. So while the hike in price, this is like an escape route, I tell you for free. For every Nigerian youth, we must wake up. We must wake up. Okay, I will leave you to draw conclusion. Just like I said, we have the angle of the government, what they have to do, and the youth, what we have to do. So in between, I'll leave you to make the decisions. I'll leave us to draw conclusions with this quote from Isaac Newton, a core physicist, which says that everything in the universe will remain at a state of rest unless it is being acted upon by an external force. It therefore means Nigeria will remain at the state of rest unless we decide to work and work out the change. And I also remind you of our past leaders in blessed memories. We said that change begins with us. I remain Eyo Keme Samuel, your co-host for today.